All right, let's see how this works.
I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started fading back. 9 laps later and we still here, smoking on the 8th in the bathroom floor. 7 fingers held up cause I can't see clear. Don't get me started on 654. Chained up shorty, keeping it on me. You said you didn't mean it, but you always control me. Think I had enough like 10 times later. Thought I was in love, turns out I'm a hater. When we met, it was all so perfect. Now when I speak, all I hear is curses. You turn out to be a real bad person. Look what you done. 3 strikes till we're done. All this wasted love, don't tear me apart. 2 strikes till we're done. And you wasted the last one. One side and you wasted only one. You wasted the last one, only one. And you wasted the last 13 times I forgave it. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started fading back. 9 laps later we're still here, smoking on the 8th in the bathroom floor. 7 fingers held up cause I can't see clear. Don't get me started on 654. You said to give you time, but I can't waste mine. Chances getting slim, kinda like my waistline. You always kept it short as she was on the west side. Dirty little secrets always come to light. When we met, it was all so perfect. Now when I speak, all I hear is curses. You turn out to be a real bad person. Look what you done. 3 strikes till we're done. All this wasted love, don't tear me apart. 2 strikes till we're done. And you wasted the last one. One side and you wasted only one. You wasted the last one, only one. And you wasted the last 13 times I forgave it. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started fading back. 9 laps later we still here, smoking on the 8th in the bathroom floor. 7 fingers held up cause I can't see clear. Don't get me started on 654.
All right, so that is the song I did with Kat Clark, Livingston Crane, and myself, Teddy Marquee, called 13 Reasons. It is out. It's been out for a little bit. Let's just check the volume on the master on Spotify and Apple.
12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry.
Cool. Yeah, so it's pretty much similar. We're just missing a few plugins. It almost sounds even kind of cleaner in some parts.
All this wasted love. And you wasted the last one. One side and you
Yeah, those like horn stabs aren't there.
and you wasted the last one.
Maybe we should have done that in the whole record. Who knows? Maybe while we're playing with this, though, we come out with a new version of it. It just does need a little bit more mixing from what's been missing. But anyways, let's go over the beat first. I want to go over the guitar to start. So we'll start with the guitar. So a few octaves, some filtering. I'm actually using the guitar amp from Waves, just on clean. And let's see, I have something going on here. It might be a little different. Yeah, it's just not populating, I guess. Whatever. Then you got some reverb, and then of course a tuner. You got the filter, right? That just is a roll off. There's actually no automation there. And then you have some automation actually happening with the low pass right there. And that's really it for the guitar. So I really like it. It's clean. I did it on my Fender kind of Strat situation and just DI, I believe. So that's the guitar, and let's go into the bass. The bass is super fun, but I likes the bass. Okay, so it's got a couple layers here. No idea why they're both sounding just like that. Same thing, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted some more power, and sometimes I'll duplicate something for more power. It just feels good. I'll keep it. So I always use this bass, Roses from Car Music 2020 Volume 2. That one is really good. I really don't even tweak it at all. It's just a perfect preset for a donk. And I'm assuming this is probably going to be the same thing. Yeah. So I don't know why I have two of them here, but I do, and we're going to have to deal with it. There's a little bit of side chain from Shaper Box. I guess there's a little bit of compression. Fair enough. Then this one, oh, I guess one of them is side chaining and one of them isn't.
One side and you wasted only one. You wasted the last one only one. And
I have this like little gain automation happening right here. I don't really, oh, for the that's right, for the little like triplet or the 16th note.
one side and you wasted only one. You wasted the last one.
Yeah, let's see. Is that a triplet? I don't know what I'm doing ever. 16th notes. No, I think I just did this by hand and then was just like, let's just go with whatever works. Yeah, it's a little off the grid. So that's kind of good to note. Making the bass line by hand is usually the answer. That's the bass. It's so simple. Let's see what else we got here.
Don't tear me apart. Don't try to withdraw.
We have some live bass. And it actually goes into the drop too. That's something that literally you can just feel. It just feels like it's adding some anticipation and some energy. And of course, it's the same notes as the drop, so it doesn't clash or anything. I'm gonna go off on a limb here and say I probably did this actually on my Fender electric guitar 6-string, and I probably just did the bass notes and then pitched it down. Let's see, did I? Yep. Look at that, -12. So I didn't even pull out my bass. I was pretty lazy and it just worked. Obviously, you see the guitar amp back on there. I guess I didn't use whatever this was. Maybe it will tell us what it was originally. No, it won't. Of course not. Who cares? There's obviously no reverb, and I guess I took out a little bit of lows. And you got your tuners. So that plus, side chaining it is cool. And what else is next? Um, we can go into some piano. So here's some piano. Maybe not. Oh, because some of the contact isn't working. Wow. Like none of it's working. That's hilarious. Jeez. Okay. Well, that's kind of lame. If you ask me, that's pretty lame. All my contact in this section is just like missing the content, I guess. Where is it? Factory library. Dude, that's just lame, bro. Oh, God. It's probably just gonna. Contact, man. We need a new situation. Oh, wait, what? Did it resolve itself? Super strange. I don't understand. Contact has been acting up. So what? Now they're all here? Are you playing games with me, bro? You playing games right now? So you got this Belle de Jour pad thing uh, from whatever this is. Jeez. Um, let's see what else we got. More of that pad. A little bit of 80s synth going on there. There's those piano chords. Pretty soft. There's your hard hits. And then I really like this little top melody. Nice. A little pitch down somewhere. I don't know where that's really coming from, but I'll take it. Notice how I EQ'd a lot out of that to really cut through.
13 times I forgave it. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started fading back. 9 years later and we still here, smoking on the 8th in the bathroom floor. 7 fingers held up cause I can't see clear. Don't give me 10 times I started fading back. 9 years later and we still here, smoking.
I wonder where that's actually coming from, that pitch bend. Oh, the size. That's cool. Cool. Never realized I could do. I forgot. I mean, I realized what I was doing as I was doing a lot of dubstep earlier and like messing around with all the knobs. I forget all the time that you could do these cool like effects with different things with reverb and redux. Anyways, let's keep moving forward. You got your ghost kick, really short, and yeah, you got your pianos. Obviously, the pianos were probably turned up in some way. Seems like, well, let's see if we're missing anything. Or it might just be like the master glue or something. But we'll never know. We'll never know. Not bad, though. Not bad. All right, let's go into Livingston's parts.
3 strikes till we're done. All this way.
Actually, we probably have some drums to get through first.
Chain down shorty, keeping it on me. You shit, you didn't mean it, but you always control me. Think I had enough like 10 times later. Thought I was in love, turns out I'm a hater.
Easy. Just some snap with a saturator, EQ. I think I'm doing some hi-hats and a shaker. So
think I had enough like 10 times later.
that going on. And then I got a kick with a clap. And then a little fill right here. Obviously, we have the hi-hats in. Some vinyl noise. Kind of hard to hear that, but it is what it is. Let's see, what else do we got here? I should probably save the drums in this because it's pretty lit. I think I might do that later. Yeah, so Livingston down from here. So I sent him a lot of the stems, and then he added some stuff and rearranged some stuff. So I ended up, I think, just putting the whole entire stems of what he did back in. So let's see.
13 times I forgave you. 12.
Yeah, funny.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry. And on the 10th.
So I guess there's that bass. Here's the guitar probably. And then I think he started adding this stuff. Yeah. With this little ping. It's nice because I never would have picked that crash. Like, I think that that's funny enough, like a terrible sounding crash. But the way that it just elevates the dynamic of what I already had there is great. And I feel like you can only get that from somebody else just throwing something in that makes their ear excited. And 9 times out of 10, I usually say, no, that's terrible, and I don't use it. But this time it really worked. Yep. Yeah, so some like really cool arrangement stuff. I really like this little counter melody.
Don't tear me apart. Don't try to it down. Wasted the last one. One side and you wasted only one. You wasted the last one, only one.
Just some little things to add some tension.
Shorty on 654. Chain up shorty, keeping it on me.
That was off, and I guess we went with this one for a little reverse swell.
Chain up shorty, keeping it on me. You shit, you didn't mean it.
A lot of little stuff. Anyways, so that really covers quite a bit, I feel, of what's going on here. Again, I think that it's interesting that these went away. I guess they're back now because I did the contact, whatever. Anyways, whatever the mix is on this drop just feels a little cleaner, actually.
And you wasted the last one.
So some
One side and you wasted only one.
yeah.
And you wasted the last one.
could just keep listening all day. Oh, just so you guys know, the bass used to be this bass. Oops. Right here. But then we changed it to. The proper dunk. Let's go into the vocals. Let's see. So vocals are pretty intense on this track. Kat is absolutely stunning and amazing at what she does. Whew. Fire. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, we wrote this literally together in this room. She did a lot of the lyrics. I kind of just helped here and there with that, but I did help with the melody and obviously recording the vocals and vocal producing and all the harmony placement and stuff like that. We both had these great ideas just bouncing back and forth nonstop on this song, and the whole idea of this like counting down from 13, it was just honestly one of the best sessions of my life. Kat, you're amazing. Excuse me. But yeah, absolute fire. Let's start getting into these and let's see what we have here. I do have all of the vocals are kind of going to these delays and these reverbs. So let's see if they'll play. Let's see how it all runs.
It's 13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you. Chained out shorty, keeping it on me. You shit, didn't mean it, but you.
Yeah, so on this, I have the routing so that I can have the vocals dry and then control them with aux returns. And I know I could do them down here, but for some reason, sometimes it's better, I think, to do them here if I want to stem them out or have extensive and returns as well. You can have hundreds of them on here this way. Anyways.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said.
So there's the long delay. You could see there's a de-esser going on.
13 times I forgave you.
Just on the reverb, right? I turned it down quite a bit. This is how I kind of send the audio into the effects rack. It's kind of like Pro Tools in this sense. Just I kind of built my own Pro Tools. Then it has some reverb, has a little bit of delay and some EQ, some volume automation, I'm assuming. Though I don't know. Oh, just to turn it off towards the end. So that's reverb 1. Now let's check out reverb 2.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time.
I'm assuming there was a haul on here and now it's gone. That's kind of funny. I wonder if that's... I don't know what I got going on.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and
super weird. I can't hear it unless I do this.
You back, 11 times you said
sorry. Let's see what we got on the M7.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back.
Gymnasium, I forgot I used to use this one a lot. Dang. The Gymnasium is one of the best reverbs in Ableton. I forgot about that. 8th note delay, and it is dotted. This is great. That's why I'm also doing this, to teach myself again what I used to do in tracks that worked and that were my favorite. And this Gymnasium is such a fire reverb, and I forgot about it. All right, let's go into this delay, whatever this is.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I stood it.
So that's really subtle. Then it looks like I have some parallel compression.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back.
Until, let's see.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret
It's there.
you. 13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said 13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret.
So you hear that's a little flat.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times.
Then you put this in.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11.
Sounds a little more like a what's it called, a C800 to me. By doing this, and it's just the API boosted in some really cool frequencies that I selected, and the CLA 3A kind of attacking the vocal
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I
very aggressively. My utility gains here, don't ask. I'm sure instead of taking it down, well, I had to feed the signal, right? I could have fed it just harder rather than gained it afterwards, but sometimes you just start doing things and you don't know why. But anyways, you could also see here I had the external out on the main vocal, going to my Neve board. So I probably put red silk on the whole entire vocal bus via my actual outboard Neve. Yeah, because my 3/4 is usually going for vocals and it comes back 1/2, kind of just routes around itself really quickly, and I can just print the entire mix. If I don't have it too confusing, sometimes I just throw my Neve on like a vocal or like certain things that are important. I have 16 channels, so I usually can get like 4 stereo instruments rocking, or like a mono bass and a mono kick and some other stuff. Anyways, so on this entire vocal group, let's get into it. And I'm going to turn on all the effects just so we have them.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said.
So on the main vocal group, I have this NS1, which just takes a little bit of the room noise out.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times.
Without it, it would be
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry. 13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you.
Listen to the breath on when she kind of breathes in. With the NS1, it doesn't sound so aggressive. Listen.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back.
Now without the NS1.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back.
And it's also acting kind of almost like a de-esser too. It just takes a little bit out, which I think is fine, especially in an untreated room. Other than that, we have a de-esser.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry.
Then I have SSL just boosting a little bit of that high end after the de-esser.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times.
Doing about 3 to 6 dB in gain reduction on the compressor. And I have it on type, the black type, not the red type. I seem to have another SSL. I guess I boosted it
13
again.
times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said sorry.
That goes pretty hard. I guess at one point I turned on this EQ. Let's see if we can find where.
Held up cause I can't see clear, don't get me chained up shorty, keeping it on me. When we met, it was all so perfect. Now when I speak, love, don't tear me up. And you wasted the last 13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you said.
So as I add those low octave down vocals, I noticed I needed to pull out a little bit of 215 hertz and then bump up a little bit of 861 hertz, and put a little shelf boost in there just to get it pumping over the mix, I feel. And
13 times I forgave you.
I guess I had the SSL compressor, which I just don't have anymore. And then I put on a little bit of a limiter for the whole time on the vocals. I guess I rode the vocals just ever so slightly. Looks like I tried Soothe and then I ended up turning it off and didn't need it. So that's the group processing on the vocal. On the actual vocals themselves, we have some more stages. So let's go with the lead vocal first here.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I
Right, that is a lead vocal, perfectly tuned. A little bit of auto tune just to give it that auto tune sound a little bit, but we did tune this in Melodyne and then put it back in. Sometimes I put a utility if I want to ride some stuff, and look, it's just going in and doing its thing. It goes out of this 73 group, which really has nothing on it besides a little bit of, I guess, compression.
It's 13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started fading back. 9 lives later,
it's not even hitting the compressor. Just a lot of gain. Sometimes I gain things with utility and then I turn it off and I put it back on because I don't want to always be messing around over here. It's kind of like a good secondary way to turn something up and down and then know where you left it. So that's really cool. And yeah, so, and then it goes into, after this little group, into this bigger group, and then, it's off to the master. And, I guess we could talk about the master really quickly, which might be a good idea, before we dive too much deeper into the vocals. So let's just go ahead and let's look at the master first. So we got some ozone, we have stuff that's not working anymore. I remember this Manny EQ. I used to put that on everything. We don't need any of this. I just want to take off things that we're not using anymore really quick. So if I turn it all off, I can turn it back on and we won't have any loss and problems. I might keep this just because I'm curious what that'll sound like if we go ahead and find it again or something like that. But we know we're not using this stuff. All right, so let's listen to the vocal without any mastering on. This is just a meter right here.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th.
And that said, let's listen to the whole entire song without the master on.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I chained up shorty, keeping it on me. Your shit when we met, it was all so perfect. Love, don't tear me apart. And you wasted the last one.
Dang, it is slamming. That is hilarious. I love it. But that's because of 32-bit flow that it's not going to necessarily distort, I believe, as long as it's tamed afterwards, which is what I did. That's so funny, though. Let's listen to just the vocals.
And you wasted the last one.
Now let's turn all the mastering back on, which tames and calms it down.
And you wasted the last one.
So, and you can see the input on this master down here is just slamming into the red. All right, and before anybody just starts going off on me, that's all, like, don't clip and slam things into red. Funny enough, it's probably a bunch of people that followed Joel Zimmerman or like Deadmau5's, I think that's his name, Joel Zimmerman, Deadmau5's like ideology on like, you could just turn it up, there's a volume knob, you don't need to like slam things and clip them and blah blah. Which is kind of funny considering that Steve Duda, who basically like was with Deadmau5 through a lot of his productions, allegedly gonna say he helped him engineer and stuff. Pretty sure that's what happened. I don't know. Allegedly, blah blah blah. The point is Steve Duda, and also he's the creator of Serum. He's a very very smart guy, mixer engineer, blah blah blah. I went to an EDM school back in right at the boom of EDM in like 2012. and he was actually an instructor there and a mentor and stuff. And he said that you slam your kick super super hard, and then afterwards, with all the limiting, it calms it down, and that's how you get that punchy kick. Now I'm just basically taking that ideology and like throwing it into a 32-bit float system, then taming it back down again so the output can render into the analog world. So without clipping. Anyways, long story short, I think it sounds good. I don't care. Obviously, if there's, I try this every now and then, and like, or find myself thinking things are getting too squashed, and I go back and I back things off, and I start from scratch again. This one I wouldn't even mess around with because it just sounds good. Anyways, enough of that like front porching, but it's more so teaching, I feel. Let's actually look at the master chain, and then we're gonna go back into vocals.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times.
So we have this ozone, whatever the heck this is, impact stereo link thing. I'm wondering if this is actually why on some other tracks it wasn't working correctly. This is like, what is this? Is this like its little impact, I think? Yeah, it's not even the stereo. I don't know. Ozone gets so confusing with their GUI at this point that I'm just like, I'm so over it. I guess I did some stuff here. It looks like I kind of didn't. I don't really care. Manny EQ, that was nice to brighten up the highs. Looks like there's some compression, and it looks like I kind of even played around with the ratio and the attack, or not the ratio, the attack towards the very, very end here, which is pretty cool. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Where did I do that? Right here. Yeah, this last hook, I took it down. See, it just does something. I think I was really just going off feel there. Like I can get into like what it's actually doing, but funny enough, in my head, that would be working backwards in a way to explain it that doesn't even make sense. So I played around with it, and I realized it didn't sound good up there. We can just listen to it real quick. Compared to I think what I'm hearing is that it tucks the kick back ever so slightly enough, because there's more information happening now, that the pianos and the bass can come through, and that bass still sounds really, really thick and heavy. The kick drum is still, in my opinion, pretty punchy. So anyways, I'm just going to flex on the fact that I'm a good compressor, and I compressed it really well and actually used different attack times on the master, which is pretty cool. You got the threshold I played around with. I rode the compressor. What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. I put it on soft clip so that it doesn't totally kill the transients. And then let's talk about what happens next. We have a Pro L just doing a little light work at 1.4 decibels. Nothing crazy. I have OTT where I pull down I think that's the depth. I don't know, upward, downward. These days I just put it on and I pull down this one, which is I think the upward, or maybe the downward. I don't know. OTT. I do think that this OTT sounds better and unique and different than the one that comes with Ableton. Then I have this really cool, I think it's called Weiss MM1 mastering unit. It's a maximizer. It's really cool. I have it on setting wide. I really like a lot of these for different things. It's a super, super great digital mastering maximizer. I think it costs quite a bit. I think when I got it, it was something like 200 or so, maybe even 300. I don't know, but it was like, it's really, really an amazing plugin. I'll turn it off and on real quick. So this is without it. This is with it. The way I'm gonna describe it is, it kind of sounds like I could get almost like a tightness from it, and it cuts clipping and keeps everything tight in a way that you a lot of UAD plugins throughout your entire mix would do. Although sometimes if I use too many UAD plugins, or I go into sessions where people do it, because I don't use them, I think that I think they're limiting personally, because they take these snapshots of other gear, I think allegedly, whatever, and you can only get so much from a bunch of snapshots of moving dials. It's not the same as analog gear, where it's open circuitry that you just move. And in that case, things just like are always going to kind of sound the same, and I don't like that. I rather use a digital performing compressor or something that I can do the same thing, and it has every parameter down to the 1 and 0. Anyways, that's getting too crazy. The Weiss Maximizer is freaking lit. Funny enough, I don't always use it because it's hilarious in this game. We buy all these plugins and stuff. And the more obscure a plugin is, funny enough, it's usually more expensive. And usually, more times than not, you forget that you bought it. And that, I've tried in the past of like, I think I have like a tag on it, and it's like it goes to my plugins for mix or whatever, but like for some reason I click this and it takes a while to populate. Sometimes I'd rather just search command. Now, like, this is so raw that y'all watching this, I hope you understand that like I'm putting you on some serious game here, not even just like on what to use, but what not to go by, and like this, that. Like, I don't put this on anything probably past this track. I was like, oh, I got a sick mix, I'm gonna like move on to different ways of mixing. So again, now that I'm making this video, I'm going to start using it again, hopefully. Maybe this will reset my mind and be like, yeah, it's a super dope plugin that I paid a lot of money for. Why don't we use it more often? All right, let's see if we can get through a little bit more of this. We got the Ozone EQ, and it's doing some smiley face kind of stuff. I always like a little smiley face, little curved smiley face right there. And then we have whatever this is, which is a maximizer, modern IRC, blah, 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 who gives a blah. And then obviously this is just a metering situation, doesn't add anything to the sound. Master chain. My God. Now I got to go through all these vocals. Y'all better like watch this and enjoy it. And I'm going to take it down and make y'all pay for it at one point. Unless I get super, super rich, then I'll put it back up for free again. But yeah. All right. You could see a lot of automation on the compressor, the SSL, and the mixer and the soothe, which didn't end up getting used. Remember this, guys. Some things didn't get used. It's off. All right, let's get into this. I'm having fun now. All right. Lead vocal. All right, how do I want to do this? Probably... Oh, God. Just as an overview, this is all the vocals. All the way down to here. Hilarious. All right, so we got the lead.
Times I forgave you, 12 times I blah. 7 fingers held up cause I can't see clear. Don't get me started on 654. Chained out.
Got the little harmonies. Nothing on these. I like to keep these unprocessed and just process in the group because I don't know, shit's just easier. It's also easier to make adjustments later. I don't know what to say. That's just how I do it. That's just how I do it. That's just how I do it. Then you have this huge group right here that does these huge stacks.
13 times I forgave you, 12 times I regret taking you back, 11 times you said sorry, and on the 10th time I started.
I guess I did have some track spacing going on, probably in a register where the donks were. You could see there's a lot of processing on this one. It's a big group of stacks, right? So you have limiter, reverb, a little overdrive at one point probably came in. Yep, everything but the post, and Then you have Fab Filter again, Pro L, and then you have this H delay, kind of giving it some movement on a fourth delay, and it's not even ping pong; it's just fourth. And then you have Fab Filter Saturn, cool. Love using Saturn. I put it on basic O saturation, and then probably tweaked it a little bit. Obviously, I did some movement on decibels of the band one, which is the low. Can't even whistle. I'm losing my. I need some water. Y'all crazy for this. You guys, like, I would have killed. I wouldn't have killed, but it's an expression. I would have loved to get access to a sick donk house song or like energetic house song like this. It's like pop and EDM back in the day. Spent a lot of money going to schools hoping I would get it and never did. So we got some Altar Boy.
When we met, it was all so perfect. Now when I speak, all I hear is curses. You
We got this.
chained up shorty, keeping it on me. You said you didn't mean it, but you always control me.
Looks like that's where we recorded it, and then I probably melodined it and then bounced it down until it was perfect.
Think I had enough like 10 times later. Thought I was in love time. Said to give you time, but I can't waste mine. Chances getting slim, kinda
like a little bridge, and you got some little poking stab things.
said to give you time, but I can't waste mine. Chances getting slim, kinda like my waistline. You always kept her short as she was on the west side. Dirty little secrets always come to light. When we met, it was all so perfect. Now when I speak, all I hear is curses. You turn out to be a real bad person. Look what you done. 3 strikes till we're done. All this wasted love, don't tear me apart. 2 strikes till we're done. And you wasted the last one.
I mean, that orchestration there is just so amazing, and I'm not even going to go into it right now. If you guys really want it, we can make another video diving heavily into all this stuff, but I think we ought to maybe just wrap it up a little bit here. You could just see that's the vocals are intense.
Three strikes till we're done.
You could just see it goes from one vocal track.
13 times I forgave you. 12 times I regret taking you back. 11 times you
Ultimately to all this.
love, don't tear me apart. 2 strikes till we're done. Only one. You wasted the last one. Only one. And you wasted the last 13 times I forgave you.
Anyways, there is the track 13 Reasons by Teddy Marquee and Kat Clark. Alrighty, I'm going to sign off, and I'll make more of these. Leave me comments, subscribe, do all that stuff. And I'm starting to actually push some records because, yeah, I want to. So, and I want you guys to learn as well.